Hi everyone. So today we'll be discussing about S3 throughput optimization, and generally we intend to increase the throughput of the get and put operations in S3, and in order to do that we have to do some kind of optimizations in order to achieve a higher throughput. But before going into the topic, I want like we be clear with these three you know keywords. So one is prefix, delimiter, and key. Okay. Um so prefix is nothing. I'll make you understand by taking an example. So let's say you want to list out all the cities in the world, and we will be able to uniquely identify where the city is. Then obviously we'll start with the continent, the country, the state, and the city. Right? This is how you will be uniquely identifying the city. And let's say I want the list of all the cities uh, available. Then what you will do, you will like list out all. So these all four records I'll be having, so that I will have the detailed information where my city is, which I'm looking at. And let's say if I want the list of cities in USA, then you will provide me this particular hierarchy structure, which will notify that okay, under USA we have the following cities, and let's say uh, under Washington we have these two cities. So similarly you get the idea, right? Yeah. So uh, this so whatever we use, so essentially prefix and partition go hand in hand, and this is prefix does not have a distinction where it has to be. If we are using the right partitioning and getting the data what we intend to, then that is what prefix is. Delimiter is nothing but it you know uh, it separates the hierarchy. So in our case the forward slash is the delimiter here, and key is the exact address of the object, right? So that is the key. I think these concepts are pretty clear, right? So let us proceed. Okay. So uh, you saw, right? You have used S3 buckets, and I'll show you. So this is a bucket which I have created, and there are a couple of objects, and you can see a folder also. So what is mentioned here is that S3 is completely uh, no hierarchy of the buckets are there. It is completely essentially a flat structure. So mm, so whatever the prefix we give, actually this is only representational, that it is divided into this folder structure and all that, but actual it is in reality it is all flat. Okay. So this is the structure. Now uh, coming to the throughput configuration. So by default, uh, we get around 3,500 put request and 5,500 get request, okay, per second. So if we want to improve the performance, beyond this, then, and this is per bucket per prefix, right? So if you create 10 prefix, then obviously the get and put request will become tenfold. We will be able to achieve higher throughput. That is the way we need to enhance our you know uh, S3 API throughput. Okay, by applying proper partitioning, or by applying proper prefix. This is one thing. And now what are the other ways we can improve is that by using other AWS cloud services, which is, for example, like the CloudFront and the Elastic Catch. So these are all catching services which will like catch the data, and it will um, the latency will be very reduced, so that um, it can provide the data in a faster manner. So there are different strategies in which the catching happens, and it is all listed in the documentation. I think you can go through. So I'll just give you an overview. So the first the which naturally comes to every one of us is that whatever is frequently accessed, that you can be cached, so that it does not have to, the APIs does not have to go and hit S3 again and again. So this is one method. And then if your application is latency sensitive, then we'll have to um, you know have a strict timeout, and then we can retry for that object. So because what happens is that whenever the network is not so is not good, so the response that okay, this activity is not uh, you know not successful, it takes a little bit longer. So when we have you know this timeout in place, then it wants to decide within that time frame, otherwise it goes on retries. Okay. And yeah, similarly we have other you know mechanisms where we can improve the performance. So that is it. This is very short and um, video. I just wanted to give you an overview on these three um, and these three uh, definitions. So yeah, that is it for today. Thank you so much.